Mike Ditka, the coach, is endorsing Bruce Rauner. And Mike Ditka has said over the years that he is an ultra conservative. He's endorsed other Republicans. He endorsed Alan Keyes against Barack Obama for Senate 10 years ago. Of course, Alan Keyes lost. Ditka says he should have run himself because he would have won and he would have prevented Obama from ever becoming president ultimately. But in this case, he had actually supported Pat Quinn 4 years ago, the Democratic incumbent governor, of course. But now he says he's had enough. He likes Bruce Rauner because Bruce Rauner will take on the special interest and bam, hit him right in the mouth. Ironically enough, there was a paper delivered a couple years ago at a conference of the International Society of Political Psychologists when they met here in Chicago. And the paper's title referenced Mike Ditka and talked about a study, a nationwide study, that looked at this very issue of whether celebrity endorsements, which have been made for decades in political campaigns, have any impact. And the finding of that study, which we discussed with one of the authors this week, was that they don't have an impact and that sports figures generally have even less impact than musicians, actors, media personalities, and other entertainers. Now, it depends on whether that sports figure, that other celebrity, has credibility. Does that sports figure, for instance, does Ditka know Bruce Rauner and somehow know more about politics than the voter who he's trying to sway? And in this case, it's difficult to say how much credibility Ditka has. He certainly can sell a lot of products, but his magic touch on everything from underwear to rental cars to erectile dysfunction pills, he's sold it all to us over the last 30 years since the Super Bowl victory. But that magic touch doesn't seem to extend to politicians. I think Ditka's credibility is undermined by the fact that he doesn't even vote in Illinois. As Dave McKinney, our Springfield bureau chief, pointed out, he's registered to vote in Florida. So while he's urging you to vote for Bruce Rauner, he can't vote for Bruce Rauner himself in the November election. I also looked to see if Ditka was really very involved in local politics as a fundraiser, being a wealthy man himself who owns a chain of upscale restaurants and, again, makes millions of dollars a year endorsing products. Does he share any of that money with some of the candidates he supports? And I only found one $5,000 donation, and that was 14 years ago to Bob Thomas, the place kicker who was elected and is still, I believe, on the state Supreme Court. The other thing that sometimes undermines celebrity endorsements of candidates is if they put themselves in another controversy where they attract negative attention. And no sooner had Mike Ditka endorsed Bruce Rauner here in Illinois than he became national news once again for saying something quite controversial about the newly released video showing Ray Rice, the Baltimore Ravens player, battering his then fiancée. Ditka said, "This is something that will hurt the young man's earning power." Well, I don't know if Ditka knows more than you or me or any other voter about politics and political power in this state, but he certainly knows a lot about earning power.
Yeah, stick to the game plan, Bruce. Stick to the game plan.